Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. I think my previous lecture is clear to you. So today we will discuss the rest part of the chapter. So welcome to my next lecture, grade 12, chapter 3, topic human reproduction. Today we will discuss about the gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is basically the process by the primary male and female sex organ produce male and female gamete, or it is the process of formation of haploid gamete from diploid germ cell in the gonads. It's called gametogenesis. It is take place in primary sex organ, testes and ovaries, which produce sperm and ovum. In the male, spermatogenesis take place, which begins at puberty. What is spermatogenesis? It is the process by which immature male germ cell produce mature sperm cell in the testes. And in the female, oogenesis, which start as embryonic stage. Oogenesis is a process by which immature oogonia in the ovaries produce mature ovum. So, spermatogenesis. It is the process of formation of haploid male gametes, sperm, in seminiferous tubule of the testes is called spermatogenesis. And the inner wall of seminiferous tubule, which contain two types of the cell, germ cell and Sertoli cell. Germ cell basically divide and develop into sperm, and Sertoli cell nourish the developing sperm. The spermatogonia multiply by the mitosis to increase in the number in spermatogenesis. They are present in the inner wall of seminiferous tubule, and each spermatogonium is diploid, and each spermatogonium contains 46 chromosomes. So the spermatogenesis that take place in two stages. First is the spermatidogenesis, second is the spermiogenesis. Okay, after that, next is the spermatidogenesis. It is the process of formation of spermatid, which involve three substages. First is the multiplication phase. The spermatogonia undergoes repeated mitotic division and form large number of diploid spermatogonia cell, which consist 46 chromosomes. Growth phase. Growth phase is the spermatogonial cell grow in the size in the growth phase by increasing cytoplasm and mature to form primary spermatoocytes. After that, third is maturation phase. The diploid primary spermatoocyte undergoes first meiosis, which result in the formation of two equal haploid cells called secondary spermatoocyte. So from primary spermatoocyte, secondary spermatoocyte will form which contain 23 chromosomes. This later undergoes second meiotic division to produce 4 equal haploid spermatid. Spermiogenesis, in which inactive non-motile spermatid are transformed into active motile spermatozoa. Spermatozoa is also known as sperm. And after spermiogenesis, sperm had embedded in Sertoli cell and released from seminiferous tubule, that called spermiation. So spermatogenesis and hormone, or you can say hormones affecting spermatogenesis. GnRH, that is gonadotrophin releasing hormone, it is a hormone which secreted by hypothalamus, and its level increase significantly at puberty. The increased level of GnRH stimulate the release of two gonadotrophin, that is FSH and LH. FSH is follicle stimulating hormone, LH is luteinizing hormone. So FSH act on Sertoli cell and stimulate the release of some factor that help in process of spermatogenesis. And LH, which is luteinizing hormone, it act on Leydig cell, okay, and stimulate the synthesis and secretion of androgen, which in turn stimulate the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, after that, structure of the sperm, mature human sperm. It consists basically a head, neck, middle piece and tail. Plasma membrane cover whole body of the sperm. The head portion of the sperm contain a haploid nucleus, and the anterior portion of the head contain an acrosomal cap or acrosome. Acrosome is a structure that is filled with digestive enzyme which help in dissolving the membrane of egg cell and help in the fertilization of ovum. Middle piece, it contains numerous mitochondria that produce energy for the movement of tail. This is important for the mobility of the sperm, which is essential for the fertilization. During ejaculation, 200 to 300 million sperms are released. And 60% of them should have normal shape and size, and at least 40% should show vigorous mobility. Semen. Semen is a milky white organic fluid which is released by penis during ejaculation, which consists of sperm and the fluid which is secreted by accessory duct and accessory gland such as epididymis, vasa deferens, seminal vesicle, prostate and bulbourethral gland. The testicular hormone, which is androgen, which maintain the function of male accessory duct and the gland. Last is the tail. Tail basically help in the movement of that mature sperm, because sperm is a mobile gamete and ovum is immobile, that cannot move. That's why only sperm move. Now sperm structure, as I told you, plasma membrane envelop entire body. Now the parts of sperm and their characteristic or detail. First, head. Head is basically elongated haploid nucleus, okay, which having anterior cap, which is known as acrosomal cap. And acrosome have hydrolytic enzyme. It is derived from Golgi complex during division, which help in fertilization of ovum. Neck basically connect the head and middle piece. Middle piece having many mitochondria which produce energy for the movement of tail. Tail, which is long, slender and having vibration. With the help of that vibration, sperm can move. Now oogenesis. Oogenesis is basically the process of formation of haploid ovum from diploid oogonia cell in ovary is called oogenesis. And this process begins at embryonic development. During this stage, a couple of millions gametes, mother cell or oogonia, are formed in the fetal ovary. Not more than oogonia are formed and added after birth. Okay, the oogonia form primary oocytes, and the oogonia start the process of meiosis and get arrested at the stage of prophase 1, temporarily arrested. These cells originated from the oogonia that are arrested at the prophase 1 are called as primary oocyte. Each primary oocyte gets surrounded by a layer of the granulosa cell and is now called as primary follicle. A large number of primary follicles get degenerated between birth and puberty. At the puberty, therefore, there are only about 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles in the ovary. These remaining primary follicles get surrounded by more layers of granulosa cell as well as a new theca. They now form secondary follicle. That secondary follicle then give a rise to tertiary follicle. The tertiary follicle is characterized by presence of a fluid-filled cavity called as antrum, and the theca is organized into two layers. Inner theca is interna and outer theca is the externa. The primary oocyte grow in the size and complete the first meiotic division. It is an unequal division forming a large secondary oocyte and teeny first polar body. After that, secondary oocyte retain much of the nutrient-rich cytoplasm. The tertiary follicle changes into mature Graafian follicle. Then the secondary oocyte, which is also known as ovum, form a new layer called as zona pellucida around it. Then the Graafian follicles now rupture to release secondary oocyte from the ovary by the process of ovulation. So that is the development of the follicle. As I told you in the previous slide, this is the diagram of mature follicle. Okay. After that, oogenesis, the process of formation of haploid female gamete ovum in the follicle of ovary is called oogenesis. Oogenesis basically starts during embryonic stage. The germinal epithelium of ovary that divides mitotically to produce millions of the gamete mother cell or oogonia. No oogonia formed or added after the birth. Oogonia enter into meiosis 1 and it proceed prophase 1 gets suspended and form primary oocyte. During puberty, that primary oocyte restart its first meiotic division. You can match this explanation to given diagram. Then oogenesis take place by 3 stages. First is multiplicative phase, second growth phase, third is the maturation phase. Multiplication phase. Certain primary germ cell, which is large in size and having nuclei of the germinal epithelium that lines the ovary and undergoes rapid mitotic division, which result in the formation of group of diploid egg mother cell or oogonia. Each group of the cells form a rounded mass that is called egg nest. Second, growth phase. It is long duration, minimum of 12 to 13 years. One of the diploid oogonia undergoes growth, increasing in cytoplasm and accumulation of yolk, and transform to enlarged oogonia that called primary oocytes, which is diploid. Other oogonia from single layer follicle epithelium, which is primary follicle, and that primary follicle surrounded by more granulosa cell, which converted into the secondary follicle. After that, secondary follicle filled with a antral cavity, that fluid filled with antral cavity called antrium, which convert into tertiary follicle, and in the last, tertiary follicle convert into Graafian follicle. Now, maturation phase. A fully grown primary oocyte undergoes first meiotic division, result in the formation of two unequal sized haploid cells. After that, that large secondary oocyte and a small polocyte, or you can say polar bodies, will form. The secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division to form a large ootids or ovum and a small second polar body. That then secondary oocytes form new membrane that is known as zona pellucida over the Graafian follicle. The first polar body also undergoes equal division to produce two cells. Thus, during oogenesis, 4 cells are produced. Among them, one is functional, that is ootid, and 3 are non-functional, which is known as polar body. The ootid, with very little changes, become an ovum, and ovum is the female gamete. Okay, so I hope This lecture is clear to you. So in the next lecture we will discuss rest part of the chapter. Till then, stay at home, stay safe, be happy, and thank you.